Good morning, everybody. It is Angie, and today it is Monday. Happy Monday. While I'm waiting for my chat to pop up, let me just remind you that my name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button. We have had a few problems with YouTube not notifying people of our broadcasts in the morning. So if anybody's had trouble with that, let me know. So anyway, happy Monday, you guys. Hello, Rouge Lily. Hello, Kate, Jillian, Try and Stop Me, Mate, my friend Malta, Amy, Carlita, Rick Mash, everybody. Malta, did you get your package yet? Um, good morning, Angie L. Nice to see you, my love. How are you? Dustwalker 73 in the house. Everybody, I am so happy to see you. Happy freaking Monday. Vinyl, hello, Vinyl. Shannon O'Brien says hello on this Monday morning. Thank you for Angie and all for your support. It has helped so much. So happy to hear that. Tamala here. He says, good morning, peeps. And past toxicity. Sunshine Love in the house says, good morning. Good morning, Rose Hargrove. Miriam Castro is in the house. Good morning. Brenda Trimble says good morning. Shannon says, my son and daughter are doing better after seeing that we really mean business, keeping grandma out of their lives. They are starting to open up to us. Excellent. That is a very good sign, and I know you were really struggling with that. She says, it's taking a while for them to understand this craziness. It has been difficult enough for my husband and I to understand. Our pastor and religious education director are supporting us. That is excellent news. I'm so happy, and I hope that our discussion the other day was a little bit helpful for you. Good morning, Gretchen Robertson. Welcome, welcome. Madeline Routledge is here. Good morning, Madeline. And Renee Goodall. Hey, girl. Hey, you know what? I just saw your message from the other day, and I would be happy to hear that conversation, Renee. Um, Brenda Trimble says, left my narcissist. It's difficult. I'm struggling. I feel you, girl. We've all been there. So take a minute, take a deep breath, and welcome to the tribe. We are here to support you. Rose Hargrove says, sent you a message, but don't think you got it on Messenger. Oh, Rose, you know what? I didn't. I'll double check it today, okay? I have been a little busy this weekend. Malta says he hasn't received it yet, but yeah, you should have it sometime this week, if not Friday. No, Melina, when did you send that?
I sent it on, they said it was going to be 7 to 10 days, so it could be as late as Wednesday of next week.
Okay. She says it could be as late as Wednesday of next week, but they said 7 to 10 days, and she sent it over the weekend. When Wednesday of last week. So you should have it soon. Okay, let me scroll up here. I just lost my place. Okay, let's see. Try and Stop Me Mate says, randomly saw the narcissist yesterday and it just brought an overwhelming amount of emotions. I thought I was healed, but I'm still angry. Hey, you're human and it's understandable. That person like kind of destroyed your life for a while. So don't beat yourself up about it. Let the emotions come and work through them. This is something that we all have to work on because we spent so much time shoving our emotions down during this abuse that it's almost our first response to any sort of stress is we just want to push it out of our heads and keep going. And one of the most important parts of recovery is to actually feel your emotions before you can move forward. So take some time and work through that. What made you angry? What was it that came into your head the moment you saw him? Really think about it. Maybe take some time and write it down or tell me right here. Although just so you guys know, I'm going to be real short today. I've got about 12 minutes left because we are on for our Monday meeting, Melina and I. And I have exciting things I'm working on for you guys. Yay, we are working on. All right. Kate C says, let's talk about changing your own vibration in order to change who you attract and are attracted to. Excellent, excellent. And that's exactly how I roll. So good morning, Connie, and thank you. She says, good morning, sweet lady. Love your channel. Thank you. Okay, so Kate, one of the things I think is most important is to remember to focus on what you want and not what you don't want. Because whenever you're focusing on, I don't like the narcissist, I wish the narcissist wasn't in my life, guess what? You're hearing narcissist, narcissist. So focus instead on, what you do want. I want healthy relationships in my life. I want to feel and look amazing. I want to, be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to be fulfilled. I want to follow my passion. Whatever it is, that's what you focus on. Okay. The other thing is to one of the easiest way to change your vibrations is using gratitude, right? So every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed, I want you to think of 10 things you're grateful for and 3 things you love about yourself. And as you do that, I want you to really feel it. And when you're saying things you're grateful for, don't say things like, well, I'm really grateful that I have this place to sleep, even though it's not as good as I'd really like to have. Don't say that. Say, I'm really grateful that I have a place to sleep. And if you want it to be beautiful, do your best to make what you've got beautiful. And then tell yourself, I'm really grateful that I have a beautiful place to sleep. You see, because, well, this office I'm sitting in right now, I manifested by having a really crappy office before and telling myself, I'm really grateful for my beautiful office. You see, I'm really grateful for my beautiful home. You see, so that's part of what works for that. All right. Madeline Routledge says, I want to heal. Well, that is what we are here for, love. Shannon says, yes, the discussion was very helpful. Good news. Sherry Illy in the house. Hey, girl, hey. Brenda Trimble says, thank you. Your videos are so helpful. I thought I was a schizo. Girl, I think I did too when I was first trying to figure this out. This is part of the reason I do what I do because I didn't have a lot of support when I figured it out. Um, let's see. Did I miss somebody? Okay, we have. Hold on, I'm scrolling back up. I feel like I missed a few things. Rose Hargrove said have had Wi-Fi trouble. Gotcha. Hey, Muffy Lewandowski, welcome back. Welcome back. Shell Soul in the house. Hey, Shell. Shannon O'Brien says, be careful. Please be very careful about contact between your children and narcissistic grandparents. It only took a few minutes alone with grandma for her to damage them emotionally with mean words and a sweet voice. Y'all know what she's talking about. And I think that's an important point that we should all be aware of. Keep your children safe even from narcissistic grandparents. Even when you think they're not going to hurt anything, you might be surprised at what they will actually do. Even I know what I'm talking about. Wally says, "Good morning, Angie. I'm lost about my jobs and career choice. There will be a job fair for people with disabilities on Wednesday." Excellent, Wally. I'll tell you something. I'm actually working on something to help you with that right now. So if you're in SPAN, go look at that recent post I did about joining the entrepreneur group. I've got exciting things coming for you guys. Angie L says, "My sister and I are close. Her husband is, in my opinion, a sociopath, but she refuses to change her situation, but constantly calls me complaining. How do I handle her? She drives me nuts." This is a difficult situation because obviously you want to support your sister and you love her, but at the same time, her complaining about her sociopathic husband probably is not helping your situation any because it's kind of bad vibing you, right? So one of the things, and I don't want you to not support her, but maybe you want to invite her to join SPAN or, have her look at some videos or read some stuff about narcissism and sociopathy and see if either of those things, maybe can positively help her. She might, what my point is, you might want to help her find another support system so that you can be healthy too. Um, you can't always fix everything for everybody. But I don't want you to stop supporting your sister because you might be the only thing keeping her sane. But maybe if you try to find her some additional support that doesn't cost her anything, that could help her to stay focused on what she wants and not what she doesn't want. And maybe you guys could actually talk about things other than her crazy husband. Thoughts? Let me know. Brenda Trimble says, thank you. Oh, I already read that one. Thank you. um, Madeline says, I'm not angry, just sad and in pain. I feel you, girl. And you must be in an earlier, maybe are you in an earlier stage? The anger sometimes comes later. It depends. Sometimes the anger is the thing that pushes you right out the door. But then sometimes it's because the narcissist left you, and that's usually when you're sad and in pain. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Stop the Chaos says, absolute narc nonsense. He used every tactic in the book to leverage his way. Wants to know who's filling my head and why I'm acting like this. Standing up is so exhausting, but so worth it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Who's filling your head as though you couldn't come up with these ideas yourself, right? That's outrageous. I'm glad that you're feeling stronger. I'm glad that you're not falling for the crap anymore because I totally agree with you. It is so worth it, my friend. Very proud of you for what you're doing. Let's see here. The 51 Project just signed up or just logged in and says, just joined. Welcome, welcome. Says, I heard you say they destroyed your life for a while, going through that now after decades of wrong thinking and playing the scapegoat, very angry after losing so much. Yeah, I think that's really normal to feel that way. I think that it's part of the process. Let the anger flow, use it to move you forward, and continue to do so unless the anger becomes toxic to yourself. So, right now, you might need the anger to stay strong. Anger does have that benefit. Justified anger, as yours is, it can often propel you forward in good ways, right? So, the next thing you want to do is work on letting go of it, but not until you're fully safe and beginning to heal. So, are you feeling like the anger is holding you back right now, or are you feeling like the anger is productive for you now, or do you feel toxic with it? Let me know. Renee Goodell says, so I apologized for yelling at my mom as I don't want her mad at me. She said she knows that my sister and I will never get along. She says she doesn't need the stress of being in the middle. Well, I get that, but at the same time, I understand you not wanting her mad at you, but it's not really going to change anything. I guess it'll make life a little easier as you're working on stuff. I don't know what else was said. Let's see. I told her I understand that and it was not my intent. Okay, we're going to get back up to that. Dustwalker says, I had a rough day on Friday as it was my 21st anniversary. Even though leaving him and working on the divorce, the pain, grief, and anger is still there. Certainly, yeah. Um, and what did you do to get through the day? Did you stay focused on being sad or did you try to focus on something that was positive for yourself? Let me know. I think one of the best things that you can do, understandably you had a rough day. It's hard when certain days like that come and every time you look at the calendar you think, oh geez, I should have been married 21 years today, etc. But the pain, the grief, and the anger, these are normal emotions. Have you tried to work through them at all? Have you sat down and thought about why you're feeling the pain? Why are you feeling the anger? I mean, we know the obvious answers, but there's so much more to it, isn't there? Renee Goodell says, oh, yeah, I already read that one. Okay. Shannon says to stop the chaos. I would imagine that my mom would say the same thing. Keep on standing tall. Damn right. Good for you. And I agree with Shannon. Wait a minute. I lost my place. Free at last. Wait a minute. La 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 la. Okay, boy, I really scrolled down too far this time, guys. Okay, here we go. Lona Thorne is here. Hey, Lona, how you doing? She says, I can't get over the anger. Okay, I understand. Have you tried to write a letter yet? One of the things that has been very effective for me is to sit down and write a letter with my hands, not with a typewriter if possible. I mean, typewriter, not with a computer, but with my hands to physically handwrite a letter to the person, tell them all of my emotions, tell them all the reasons I'm angry, sad, upset, whatever. And then at the end of the letter, and use all the bad words you want to use, say it as directly as you would like to say it. At the end of the letter, write the paragraph that says, and now, even though you don't deserve it, I would like to ask you, I would like to offer, I'm going to forgive you, is what it comes down to. Now, even though you don't deserve it, I'm going to forgive you, not for me, not for you, but for me, because I don't need this toxic energy in my life anymore. I'm releasing you back into the world. Sign it. And then if I'm you, I'm either going to tear it up, I'm going to burn it, or I'm going to maybe, you know, some people like to throw it down the river, whatever, just get rid of it. That's helpful. I burnt it and I found that to be very effective. Renee Goodell says, I told her I understand that was not my intent. Okay. Tommy D says, Shan, nothing changes. Yes, only a few minutes and they are right back into the garbage. It's a shame, especially with children. You're right. Keep them clear. Totally agree. All right. Madeline says, am I supposed to be angry rather than sad and grieving? Honey, you're supposed to be whatever you are. There's no supposed to be anything. Sad and grieving is normal. When I left my ex-husband, I was sad and grieving. I wasn't even angry yet. I didn't get angry till later. Um, I was sad and grieving because I felt like I was a failure. I ruined my life. Da 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 da. None of that was true. It was just it was a, a lesson, I guess. The point is, you are what you are, and you can't tell yourself I'm supposed to be this and I'm not. That's not how it works. So focus on feeling your feelings. Have you been doing that? When you go through abuse, you don't often feel your feelings while it's happening because eventually you shut down your emotions in order to move forward. Do you see? Eventually you shut down your emotions so that you don't hurt yourself further. You don't allow yourself to be further injured or emotionally. You stop letting yourself feel things because it's safer for you that way. But when you get out of it, that's when you have to start feeling things again, or you'll never recover. So it's okay to be sad and grieving. Work through that. Write down what's making you sad. Write down what's making you feel bad. Write down all the things that you wish or that you thought were going to happen that didn't happen, and begin to either reconfigure your dreams or begin to release the things that you can't change. It's a process. Renee Goodell says she then changed the subject right away and told me her friend died of brain cancer and that she painted her living room gray. Common, because you were starting to talk about things that weren't about her, and she needed you to hurry up and feel bad for her or good for her, depending on, I don't know why she painted the living room gray, but that's interesting. Stop the Chaos says, I'm so thrilled that I took the time to add things to my life that I enjoy doing, because when I'm under attack, it doesn't phase me nearly as much as it used to. I have other things. Good. I'm so happy for you. See, and that's important, you guys. It's important to add things to your life that you enjoy doing. You spent so much time during your abuse not having anything good in your life, right? So when you can begin to not having anything you wanted, not, putting your own passions on hold for this person to make them happy or keep them happy. And now that you have the time and the ability to do it, get on it. Start living your life. It feels good. Shell Soul says my ex keeps telling my kids about his vacations and family gatherings as to make me feel bad. I don't, though. He will never stop trying to gaslight. You're right. He will never stop, and I'm proud of you for not falling for it. Good for you. Miriam Castro says, I took your suggestion in finalizing my grieving date, and it's coming up. I'm finding to gain closure, even though I closed off communication. Any suggestions on how to not look at social media and such? Yeah, it has to be a conscious choice, Miriam. If you can go in and block them in social media, take a deep breath and just do it. It's like ripping off a band-aid. You know, it'll hurt for a second and then it'll be over. Just do it. It makes your life better. And the more you focus on negativity and feeling bad and feeling sad and feeling angry as you're coming, as you're working on that grieving date, ending the grieving, I would cut it off before then or by then. And do it, like, make a ceremony out of it if you want to, get yourself a glass of wine or a cup of coffee, whatever you're into. Sit down and just do it, rip it off, right off like a band-aid. I just had a Seinfeld moment in my head there. All right. Renee says, and that she needed a nap, so she was done talking. Yeah, that girl sounds funny, Renee. Um, that's your mother, huh? I feel you on that. How did you feel after that? Try and stop me, mate says, as soon as the narc made eye contact with me, she walked away. I was going to walk away, but it's like she rejected me first. I think it was just an ego thing to me. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. And I'm glad that you didn't let it get to you. Yeah. Lily says, abuse and misery makes normal relationships seem so unbelievable. I was chatting with a man I just met at a friend's barbecue, and he actually talked to me. It's been years since I felt heard and liked for me. I get it. And it's an amazing thing. Just don't fall for it right away. Always take it slow, because you need to make sure that, because when narcissists are love bombing us, they do. Not that I'm saying he was a narcissist. I'm just saying when the narcissist love bombs us, they act like we can talk to them usually. Stop the Chaos says it is normal to draw a line. Of course, he crosses it. Said it again. And as exhausting as it is, will it calm down for a while afterward? It's like pushing the battle line nonstop. Eventually, he'll get bored and move on if you keep grave rocking and not. Yeah, certainly he's going to cross it. Certainly he's going to keep pushing. But the more you push back, the more you draw your lines, the more you refuse to engage, the less it will affect you, and then the less he will continue. That's what you want to focus on. Okay. Try and stop me, mate says I've been working on letting go. Anger is not something is a, anger about something you can't change is like a blind man trying to see. Yeah, and initially as you start with it, like I said, it can propel you forward, but once it stops being productive for you, it's time to let go. Otherwise it's like they're still controlling you from afar, you know. Free at last. Hey, free at last says, good morning, family. Happy to be here with you today. Happy to have you. Xnark just moved into our house with his supply, or just moved into something with his supply. And my stepdaughter just told me to move on since she needed to give her new mom time. Ooh, sounds like she's a new little flying monkey. I'm so sorry about that. Um, yeah, yeah. Shannon O'Brien says, Psychopath Free is a great book. Yes, it is. I have it on my bookshelf right now. Rose Hargrove says, how about a gratitude journal of your brand? Inexpensive, but with prompt writing sentences. A pink one. I love it. Actually, I have a free downloadable one available, but that is something that I was thinking about putting together. So thank you, Rose. I love that idea. Julia Richardson says, I'm listening at work, so relaxing. Thank you for your help and consideration. I am holding the light. I'm thrilled to hear that, Julia. Big hugs and love to you. Stay strong, my friend. Wally says, I don't think being self employed is good for me right now. Well, I feel you, honey. I wish you the best luck on finding that job. Malta says, thanks for the update, Angie and Melina. I will let you know as soon as I receive it. Thank you, love. Appreciate you. Tommy says, that's good advice, but my brother has been with a crazy narc for 30 years and is like a zombie. There's just no getting through to him at all. That's his choice. Right. And that's the unfortunate thing. You cannot change people who do not want to be changed, whether even if you're trying to help them do what you know is best. Until they make the choice to do it, it will not be done. That's why I'm saying you can't force it. You have to just let it be or offer them resources. That's the best thing you can do. Thank you, Tommy, for sharing that. Free at Last says he told me to go get family pics from the wall on Friday. I'm so hurt and confused. Thanking God and you, Angie. I was ready for this. I'm glad you were ready for it, and I'm glad to hear that you're pulling away from that. Alien Coffee Mug says, Amen, totally worth it. Hands up, I'm with you. All right, I've got about 1 minute because I'm technically 5 minutes into my meeting with Melina, and she has to leave at a certain time. So we're going to wrap this up quick. Um, Stop the Chaos says, is there a good way not to dwell on the tantrums he has? I unload on my mother after the fact. When I'm done, I feel like I wasted more energy and depleted and feel like control is still his. Yes, you have to look at him from a logical standpoint when he's throwing a temper tantrum and remind yourself what he's doing. This is narcissistic rage because he's not getting what he wants. This is narcissistic injury because he's not getting what he wants. If you can watch my videos on those things, narcissistic rage and narcissistic injury, read the stuff on Queen Being about them, and start to focus on the logic of it all. And if you can see it from a perspective of understanding it and being able to label it, often it takes away the emotional power of such outbursts. And then if you then learn how to gray rock for real on the inside. It's good stuff. Lily says, I also gray rocked my narc this weekend. He was drunk and stupid. I told him to not. I was not listening to him until he could be rational, and I went to my office and ignored him. You're a woman after my own heart, girl. Proud of you. Good job. All right. Shannon O'Brien. Oh, free at last. I'm sorry to hear about losing your stepdaughter, but stay strong. Your stepdaughter obviously has been, corroded, and it will get better for you. I know you loved her, and I'm so sorry. Maybe you didn't lose her for good. Maybe she's just having a moment. Maybe as she gets older, she'll do better. Um, yep. Okay. I'm just going to say hi to a few people, and then I'm going to wrap up. Karen, hello. Hello, Sunshine Love. Bonnie, Breon with his beautiful face. We're totally going to do that selfie sometime. The Iversons. What is this? Crazy type of love. How do I keep my... Iversons, you should join my group, and I'll help you with that inside the entrepreneur group. Hi, Suzanne. NL, Wally, Miss Lily. No, the time did not change, but I am wrapping up right now because I've got to get into a meeting. Thank you. Oh, Zenstorm 81. Okay, great, Iverson. Hit me up in there and we'll work on that. And thank you, my friend Malta, for putting the gratitude journal package up for everybody. And I will see you guys later today for another video. I'll be here tomorrow for 2 sessions, longer sessions for our support group. And I will see you. Well, I already told you that later today for another video. Have a good day. Thanks for being a part of my day and a part of my life. Thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon.